Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, you know, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
You ever look at music that you've written and look back at it and say, whoa, that surprised me?
I used to. I don't do that anymore. I don't know how I got to write those songs.
What do you mean you don't know how?
Well, those early songs were like almost magically written. Darkness at the break of noon, shadows even the silver spoon, a handmade blade, a child's balloon.
Eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand, you knew too soon. There is no sense in trying.
This Dylan classic, It's All Right, Ma, was written in 1964.
Mouthpiece, the hollow horn, plays wasted words, proves to warn that he not busy being born, is busy dying.
Well, try to sit down and write something like that. There's a magic to that, and it's not Siegfried and Roy kind of magic. You know, it's a different kind of a penetrating magic. And you know, I did it. I did it at one time.
You don't think you can do it today?
Mm-mm.
Does that disappoint you?
Well, you can't do something forever, and I did it once, and I can do other things now, but I can't do that.
Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, peace, and salutations to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing this word in the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This is Brother Ariyah coming at you with another lesson here. And the two videos I played definitely, you know, play into, you know, what I'm going to go into in the scriptures as far as witchcraft and, you know, making a deal with Satan, okay? And more so back then, you know, Edomites were doing that. Some Jakes too, okay? But Edomites were really into, you know, Satanism back then, even more so now. But now you're seeing the shift, okay, because back then Jakes weren't really into, as far as I seen, okay, we're not into Satanism openly like that. We'll say that, okay, because Edomites were definitely into Satanism openly, okay, but now, you know, we're starting to see, you know, a shift where Jake is really openly into this witchcraft, okay, through the symbolism, you know, through the videos that they make showing they make an allegiance with Satan, okay? And as you see here, this woman here, Michelle Lammy, that's, you know, into fashion, okay, is one of the gatekeepers, okay? Her, Marina Abramovich, okay, one of the gatekeepers here. And you see her right here looking at this baby. And it says here, you know, like in a cannibalistic hunger. And that's something I want to go into as well. Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter. And the 5th verse when it says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh, and the feast of blood. And as you can see here, you know, look at her face and how she's looking at that baby, man. You know, looking like she want to, you know, feast on the baby, man. Okay, but, you know, Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter, goes into the Canaanites and how the Heavenly Father had Joshua, you know, get the Canaanites out of the Promised Land, okay, which then was the land of Canaan, but now is known as, you know, Israel, and some believe Palestine as well, okay, and that's what that, you know, that chapter is going to. I'm going to go into that, and that's where these Edomites learn witchcraft from. They learn it from the Hamites, man, okay. So this video here shows you, I don't want to like play it, but it shows you, you know, a bunch of these Jakes making an allegiance with Satan, okay? It only shows, you know, a couple, but, you know, there's many more behind the scenes that make an allegiance. You'll see Erykah Badu, who's that? That's dude from Harlem, I forget his name. Yeah, Kanye right there. The Migos, Usher, and many others that make an allegiance with darkness. Okay? And they're into that black magic, man. And it has seduced Jake, man. Okay, Jake is turning to the left-hand side heavy out here. And this is why they push that demonic music now, man. They really pushing demonic music. Okay, and you got a lot of Jakes turning to doing that heavy metal hip hop shit now. All right, and we didn't really see this back when I was growing up in the 80s. You know, I'm an 80s baby, so I didn't really see a lot of that. But you've seen a lot of that in the rock and roll videos and things of that nature, where they were super satanic. And that dude in the video, the Jake in the video, you know, looking like he think he, you know, vampire in Brooklyn. Okay. It reminded me of this dude right here, Marilyn Manson. Okay. Who's a known Satanist. Okay. You know, did witchcraft in his videos and things of that nature. All right. And these Edomites have now got Jake in their grasp, you know, as far as doing, you know, rituals in their videos. Okay, yeah, that's the dude's name, A$AP Rocky. You know, he did a ritual in one of his videos where he was standing in the middle of a pentagram, man. Okay, so yeah, this is reminds me of John the 8th chapter in the 44th verse. You are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. All right, so I just wanted to go into this because this is one of the many reasons why the Heavenly Father is going to destroy Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, because of the witchcrafts, okay, and the idol worship. All right, so I just wanted to go into this real quick, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. All right, and this is Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter and the 9th verse. It says, the thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Okay, so the things that happened back then are happening now. There's no new thing under the sun. Okay, so the witchcrafts and the sorceries that they indulged in back then, they're doing it now. You know, probably on a higher scale than they did back then. Okay. Let's just get this real quick as well before I go into it. Let's get Ecclesiastes 6:1. It says, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. Okay? So yeah, we seeing evil, you know, on a high scale now. More so in America. Okay? The land of sorcery and witchcraft and enchantments. Okay, let's get Wisdom of Solomon 12. Okay, because these are definitely things that Edomites are into now, and they learn these things from the Canaanites, okay, or the Hamites. All right, and if you Google it and ask where witchcraft originated from, they'll say ancient Mesopotamia, which is ancient Babylon, and then they'll go into it being, another place is in Europe. Another place they named is Greece or the Roman Empire or what have you. Okay, and that's false. Okay, they got these things from the ancient Egyptians, man. Okay, which are the people of Sudan now. Okay, but those were the ancient Egyptians, man, that were heavy into that witchcraft, man. And Edomites, it just shows you that Edomites like to claim everything for their own. Okay, they are pretty much they're not trendsetters, but they try to act like they're trendsetters, and they take from everyone that they are around, and they claim it to be their own. Okay, so let's get Wisdom of Solomon, 12th chapter here. All right, and it says, "For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things, therefore chasteneth thou them by little and little that offend, and warneth them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord. For it was by thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh in the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of their idolatrous crew, and the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help." Okay, and these are things that were going on in our land back then, and this is why the Heavenly Father set Joseph up to get them out of our land. And you can read that in the book of, I said Joseph, not Joseph, Salakia, Joshua. The book of Joshua, chapter, I would say 1 through 12. Around there, you can read about that. I'm not going to go into it. And it basically goes into, how the Heavenly Father had Joseph get the Canaanites out of our promised land, because they were doing all of this witchcraft over there, man. All manners of wickedness. Okay, and blood magic, black magic, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and these are the same things that are going on over here in Babylon the Great now, as we all know. Okay, and this is where they got it from. I'm gonna read let me see. Let's get I'm just gonna go skip down here to 23 because I don't want to, read it all. And it says, "Wherefore, whereas men have lived dissolutely and unrighteously," living dissolutely, doing things basically that are not pleasing to the Heavenly Father. Okay, dissolutely and unrighteously, thou hast tormented them with their own abominations, for they went astray very far in the ways of error and held them for gods. Right, going into this idol worship, man. All right, and that's what they do. They definitely are into idol worship. If you go presently now, the Bohemian Grove, okay, they got that big owl there, okay, and they do all manners of wickedness there, even to the point where they have like large orgies, with not using condoms, of course, and a woman to get pregnant, and they'll use that baby once it's born for a blood sacrifice, man. This is how wicked these people are, and these are the same people that Jake is joining themselves with, man. Okay, and you're seeing more and more demonic activity within the 2/3, man. And it says, for they went astray very far in the ways of error, and held them for gods which were among the beasts of their enemies, were despised, being deceived as children of no understanding. Therefore unto them, as the children without the use of reason, thou didst send a judgment to mock them. But they that would not be reformed by the correction wherein he dallied with them shall feel a judgment worthy of the heavenly Father. For look, for what things they grudged when they were punished, that is, for them whom they thought to be gods, now being punished in them. When they saw it, they acknowledged him to be the true power. And it says, whom before they denied to know, and therefore came extreme damnation upon them. You know, if you read the book of Joshua, the Heavenly Father had stones coming down out of the sky to drop upon them, man. You know, the Heavenly Father is cold, man. You know, so the Lord is not like, you know, when people indulge in witchcraft, man. And you can probably, you know, see back then there was probably some Israelites that were doing these wicked acts with the Canaanites in the land of Canaan as well, man. Okay? Because I just read there's nothing new under the sun. Okay? So we're seeing that more now being prevalent. You know, we're seeing before our very eyes, you know, 2/3 of our people are turning into demons, man. Right before us. You know, like I said, in the 80s, we didn't see none of that like that, man. We seen punk rockers, you know, doing this, demonic shit on, you know, in front of the camera and all that, and you know, behind the camera. But now we're seeing it where Jake is looking like the punk rockers today, if you will, man, doing demonic activity, you know, to gain some type of status and celebrity in this society, man. You know, and that's what we're seeing. And America is nothing more than, you know, a continual seance, you know, like a large seance that continually goes on every day, man, day in and day out, man. You know, and like even the days of the week, okay, are they go into Greek gods, okay, other than I believe Monday, which goes into the moon, Sunday, which goes into sun worship, which is derives from ancient Egypt, okay, and Saturday, which goes into Saturn, which, you know, ultimately goes into Satan. Okay, so the days of the week even have people worshiping other gods. Okay, so let's go into Wisdom of Solomon. I think I want the 13th chapter. Let me see here. Yeah, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 2 here. Oh, I got the whole verse. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm going to read the second verse, and it says, but deem either fire or wind or swift air or the circle of stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world. And let's go here. No, matter of fact, I don't even want that. Let's go down here to 13. Right? And this is what I wanted right here, because it goes into the idol worship, okay, that was going on back then, and it's more prevalent now today as well, where, you know, people are not standing before idols, you know, made of wood and stone, right, and worshiping them, but people are worshiping idols made of flesh. You know, people are worshiping people out here, man. And then you got, you know, the higher ups in the background worshiping, these idols and whatnot. Okay. And people are falling for it. People are idolizing other people out here, man. You know, and the Heavenly Father said he's a jealous God, man. It says, in taking the very refuse among those which serve to no use, being a crooked piece of wood and full of knots, have carved it diligently when he had nothing else to do, and formed it by the skill of his understanding, and fashioned it to the image of a man. Okay? And it says, or made like some vile beast, laying it over with vermilion, with the paint coloring it red, and covering every spot therein. You know, and that was used in ancient cultures as well for, like, you know, dead men's bones, skulls, and things like that, you know, to change the color of the skull, you know. And when he had made, I'm talking about the vermilion, and when he had made a covenant room for it, seen it in a wall, and made it fast with iron. I'm going to read to 18. And it says, for he provided for it that it might not fall, knowing that it was unable to help itself, for it is an image, and have need of help. Then maketh he prayer for his goods, for his wife and children, and is not ashamed to speak to that which have no life. For health he calleth upon that which is weak. For life prayeth to that which is dead. For aid humbly beseecheth that which have least means to help. And for a good journey he asketh of that which cannot set a foot forward. Okay, talking about these idols. Okay, and these idols have no power. And there are a lot of people in the world, not just Babylon the Great, but mostly around the world, that believe that these idols have power, and they have no power at all. You know, you can go and read Psalms, the 115th chapter, and it goes into it. You can read Bel and the Dragon, and it shows you, you know, how people believed that these idols were actually gods and had some sort of power when they didn't, man. Okay? And it's the same thing going on here in Babylon the Great. All right? And that's what a lot of these jakes want. They want to be idolized. They want to be worshipped by, you know, by the masses here in Babylon the Great, and the people abroad as well. And this is why they turn to that left-hand magic, man. And a lot of our people, or 2/3 of our people, okay, are into witchcraft, whether they know it or not. You know, either knowingly or unknowingly, right? They are in some sort of witchcraft, man, because they are in that go along to get along spirit. Okay, so what they see other people doing, they do it themselves, because they see that people have prospered, so they want to do it as well so they can prosper. Okay, not knowing that the end of what they do, okay, they're going to get burnt up for it, man. You know? And shit, it even, you know, even today, man, you got gang leaders, man, that are into you know, Satanism, especially, you know, the heads of gang leaders are into rituals and things of that nature, you know, blood rituals. Okay. And yeah, I noticed, because I you know, when I was in the world, I was never part of no gang, nothing like that, but I was around, you know, a lot of gang members and things of that nature, you know, not, you know, every day, but, you know, I was known by them. They knew who I was. And yeah, I would be around them sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But a lot of them, you know, were into, you know, demonic shit. And this is why you feel like a demonic presence when you're around, you know, people that are into that lifestyle, man. You know, I'm not saying every gang member is into it, but especially, you know, the leaders of you know, the gangs, you know, are into it, man. You know, Bloods, Crips, Latin Kings, Mietas, MS-13, you know, so on and so forth, man. Decepticons, okay, Low Lives, you know, those are gangs in Brooklyn, okay, that are into things like that, man. You know, and let's just let's get off of that. Let's get to Ecclesiastes, the 21st chapter. I feel like I'm talking too much. Slakia. I'm gonna read 9 and 10, right? And it says, the congregation of the wicked is like tow wrapped together, and the end of them is a flame of fire to destroy them. And the way of sinners is made plain with stones, but at the end thereof is the pit of hell. Okay? And you go into that word toe here, and it's basically, and it says, the coarse, short-threaded part of a flax or hemp that is easily flammable. It is used in the Bible to describe something that will be quickly consumed and easily kindled, okay, by fire, okay? So that's what that's talking about when it goes into that word toe, okay? The congregation of the wicked is like tow wrapped together, okay? So those that indulge in this wickedness out here, we know that soon enough they will be destroyed by the nuclear fire, man. Okay, because the Heavenly Father does not liken to people that deal with witchcraft and left-handed magic, man. And that's what it seems like everyone out here is turning to. Okay, they ain't turning. You got some people that are turning, trying to turn back to the Lord, if you will. But the scary thing about that is, if the Lord doesn't allow you to turn back to Him, then you're not going to turn back to Him. Okay. So you have a lot of people that are rejected by the Lord, okay, because they are vessels fitted for destruction. Even though we know that's Esau, the Edomites, it's for other people as well that are vessels fitted for destruction. Because why? Because they have joined unto Esau and his ways and his doctrine, and the things that he does, okay? The people have cleaved on to Edomite, I ain't gonna say Edomite culture, but the ways of Edom. Okay, let's get Isaiah 31. Let's get the book of Isaiah 31 real quick. Okay, and it says plainly, woe, death and destruction to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil and not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit. And when the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall all fail together. That's why Isaiah 13 and 15 says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, okay? And 2/3 of our people are most definitely joined unto Esau and Babylon the Great and their ways of witchcraft and sorcery, man. Okay, and this is why they're going to be destroyed right along with, the Edomites and those that they trusted in, okay? And there are more people that are into witchcraft than we know. Some that we wouldn't even suspect are into witchcraft, man, behind closed doors. And at the end, the Lord is going to reveal all of this to us, of course, man. Okay? Could even be some that are among us that are into witchcraft that we don't even know about, man. But the scriptures say in Ecclesiasticus, the 9th chapter, 22nd verse, the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, neither at any time the counsel of sin is prudence. Okay, so the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom at all. Okay, and this knowledge of wickedness had perverted Esau, Edom first and foremost, and those that follow after their ways, man. This is one of the big reasons why, one of the many reasons why Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, man. Right? I'm going to end it here, Isaiah 47 for verse 10, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness Thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. And thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Okay? And it goes into the Heavenly Father letting them know, you stand with your enchantments and your sorceries, okay? And, you know, all the people that you look to, you know, for answers on the left-hand side, because when this destruction comes, it's not going to help you, okay? And this is why the destruction of Babylon the Great is going to be so great, man, because of the wickedness that goes on here, man, you know? So I just wanted to bring this out real quick. You know, Salakia if I was, you know, talking too much. But I pray that this lesson was edifying. And I want to say shalom to the next one.